Welcome to another episode of the Mark Jackson Show on the Come and Talk to Me Network. I'm Mark Jackson. This is my dynamic co-host, Bluu. We got a special guest today, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, we got a very special guest, but why don't you pay some bills first?
Oh, you're right. Shout out to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the description below and use the promo code MARK. Play the pick'em game, man. That's our favorite.
Let me introduce this guy.
Yeah, this is important.
He's a 5-time All-NBA teamer. He's a 3-time All-NBA. He's a 2-time All-NBA defensive player. His number 4 is hanging up in the rafters at the University of Colorado. His number 1 is hanging up in the rafters with the Detroit Pistons. He's an NBA champ. More importantly than anything else that I displayed thus far, he's the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers for 4 years now. Takes care of my incredible daughter, Heaven Jackson. That's the most important line of his resume. And then he's a finals MVP, NBA champ, and this is the best thing. Just recently announced that he is now a Hall of Famer. So address him as the Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups. Coach Billups, what's up, bro?
Coach Billups.
Billups. Our first Hall of Famer on here with us. Our first Hall of Famer with us, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all doing a hell of a job, man. Blue, you doing your thing, and then Jack, you know how I feel about you.
Oh, come on, man. Here's my question. I got to be a nosy neighbor now. How did you find out that you were a Hall of Famer?
Man, they told us that they would call us between 12 and 2 on this day that they allotted. And the craziest thing was it was April 1st. And so they called me about 12:15, 12:20. And I'm sitting there like, man, it's a game day. I'm in Orlando. Walked through, finished. And, you know, I still take my naps and stuff, but I ain't taking a nap on this day. So they called me, man, and all I kept thinking for one, bro, is especially how my stuff had gone for so long. Like, man, y'all better not be playing no sick April Fool's joke on me, man. There ain't no way y'all could do that to me. So we got past all of that, and then they just told me, man, that that I made it, that I got voted in, and it was crazy, man. It really was crazy, because Jack, I never dreamed about that, the Hall of Fame. I dreamed about making it to the NBA. I dreamed about being a champion. I dreamed about being an all-star. Bro, I never even dreamed that big for that, So it really is crazy. It still is. That
was going to be my question to you, because I know me. It's interesting you said you dreamt of being a champion. I didn't even dream about being a champ. Where I came from, I just dreamt about making it. It was far, like Vince Carter's in your class in the Hall of Fame. Vince Carter, probably at 10 years old, was dunking and doing things where it was okay for him to dream. Guys like you and I, we had to work for every inch. I didn't dream about being in the Hall of Fame. I dreamt about making it and then sustaining it. Yeah,
no, and that's true. That's so true. I mean, I know my young years, I only dreamed about going to college. Nobody in my family ever went to college before, so that was my first dream, and it's the reason why I focused on basketball, because truth of the matter is I started off playing football, and I played both, and I really liked both, and I had a conversation with my mom in the 8th grade and telling her my goal was to go to college, and my mom told me, she said, that's awesome, that's beautiful, but you're probably going to have to get a scholarship, because I can't afford to send you. So from that point forward, I focused on one sport, and I put everything I had into basketball because I was better in basketball, but I really kind of liked football. But I said, all right, I'm done with football, putting everything I can into trying to get a scholarship. That was it, And then obviously, you readjust your goals as that starts to become a possibility, and that's just kind of how it went for me.
I know if they called me, I know there's going to be tears flowing. Did you cry? The wifey cried? The family cried? Or you just one of those strong dudes that refused to let it go?
Nah, I didn't cry, man. I didn't cry. I wish I was a little more emotional, but I'm not. But you're going to get the call. Let's just go back to that. It's going to happen, So that's for sure. You're one of the greatest point guards of all time, and somebody that I learned a lot from that you didn't even know.
Oh, thank you, man.
The way that you I mean, the way that you back down, it was guards and stuff, that's something that became a part of my game too, because of you. So, yeah, you're gonna get the call. But anyway, no, I didn't cry, man. I didn't cry.
Coach, how you doing, man? You good?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, man.
Good. So last episode, my pops was telling us a story about when he went to Denver, and they was telling him when he was on the Nuggets that there was a young cat out in Colorado that he couldn't mess with that was on the way. So what I want to know is, do you remember that time being in Denver when my pops was on the Nuggets for that brief period?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, I watched all the Nuggets games. So I grew up like watching guys like Fat Lieber, who I'm a point guard, and he was a consummate point guard. And so I watched all of those guys. And then when just for that little brief moment, they were lucky enough to have your pops on the squad, of course I was watching it. I was watching every game. And, my name is pretty big in that town because I'm not from like New York City where they got Mark Jackson and all of 1,000 other point guards that, are incredible. Like I'm not from that type of situation. So I was a pretty good player at a young age. So they made it, they kind of blew me up,
Yeah.
But I at that age and stage, yeah, I ain't want none of that. I ain't want none of that with Jack.
You sure you wasn't looking at him like I could get him?
Now I would love to play, but
I
I would have got roughed up a little bit.
I feel that.
Think about how special this guy was. I'm doing my research. He was 3-time Mr. Colorado basketball, started 4 years in high school. I mean, I was on the freshman team as a freshman.
Me too.
And I thought that was a heck of an accomplishment. This guy was getting it done with grown folks. Let me talk about you as an NBA player, all the accolades, all the accomplishments, all the achievements. Is there one thing that stands out, you on the court, one moment that stands out, one team or one situation?
Yeah, obviously, most people only remember, my shining moment, winning a championship and hoisting up that trophy and things. But there was so many years before that, that I feel like really kind of shaped me. I played my first 50 games of my career was in Boston, where I'm the third pick in the draft. And I thought I was playing pretty good. I thought I was doing a pretty good job. But I didn't light the world on fire, and then I get traded to Toronto and I felt like I was doing all right. But I also knew that I just had so much work to do, most people, Jack, as you know, like when they struggle, they start blaming it on people. They blame it on the coaches, or the coaches was hating, or I was killing in practice, or I was this, or they wasn't rocking with me, or none of those things were true for me. Like I was doing okay. I just wasn't ready, to be that dude. And I never blamed nobody, So you talk about certain moments, I can still remember like playing against the Knicks when I was with Boston and having 9 turnovers, with Charlie Ward and Chris Childs pressuring me the whole time. And I can remember how I felt after those games, like, dang, I never struggled like that before. I never played against players that was better than me and stronger than me and smarter than me at that stage. So I had a lot of struggles, man. I had a lot of struggles, but I didn't blame nobody. Like I just knew that I just need time and I need to get better, and I just always focused on that.
That Detroit Pistons basketball team that you were part of and won a championship, for my young fella here, what would that team be in today's game? If you put that team in the playoffs in 2024, what's the conclusion?
That team would be an NBA champion. that team would be the champion.
Here we go.
The team would be the champion, Jack. I mean, there's some really good teams out here. There's some amazing teams out here. Some champions. Denver, Milwaukee, champions. They got real champions out here. But I feel like our team encompassed everything, and the game was different. Obviously, the three-point shot is crazy now, but we had three-point shooters. That wasn't a part of what we wanted to do at the time. But who we were as a team and as a unit, I don't think it'd ever be done again the way that we did it. We didn't have one max player. They talked about us not having no superstars. We didn't. We had stars. We had guys that was all stars, but we didn't have a superstar. Nor did we need one, though, by the way, you know. But the way that we were locked in, our IQ as a team, our toughness and grit as a team, they ain't doing that. Ain't nobody doing that no more, you know. So I think that we'll be right there competing for an NBA championship, man.
Don't moonwalk. You win it all.
Well, so
Yeah,
spinning back,
no doubt about it. I believe that 100% too.
spinning back, I got something to say off of that, but I don't want to brush over what you were talking about before. Just the grit, the ability to endure certain circumstances. Who in your life poured that into you? Who taught you that? Who would you give credit to making you into that person that you are today that we've seen?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, my mother and father, man, were just they's tough individuals. You know, growing up, we didn't have much, but we didn't need anything either. You know, they make sure we were straight. I was always good, and I just watching them grind and go to work every day and stuff not being perfect, but it didn't matter. You know, they just stay with it. It's kind of how my career was early. You know, I was at it every day, and I couldn't have worked hard. I worked hard as hell, you know, but it didn't take off like wildfire, which was okay. But I still never got discouraged, and I never didn't believe that it could and would, based on me watching them every single day growing up. And then some of the coaches that I played for were just tough, man. My college coach was tough, man. He was tough. Some of my little league coaches, like, they didn't let up, you know. So just remembering that, you know, it set an incredible tone for me, you know, for the rest of my life, for real.
All right, and spinning off of that, back to this is a hard hitting question. I need to know Michael Jordan or LeBron James, Coach. Come on, give me the real.
I'm Michael Jordan, man. I'm Michael Jordan. I love LeBron. See, I'm not one of those people that is like, I'm picking Michael, but I don't like Bron. Or, you know, there's a lot of people out here that don't like LeBron because they love Kobe. I'm not one of those people. I'm Michael Jordan, I think is the greatest to ever do it that I've seen. There's a lot of players that I've never seen before my time and stuff. But I think Bron is right there, number 2. You know.
Now let me ask you, because we have this debate all the time. He claims that Michael Jordan had no weaknesses in his game. You on that train also?
I didn't see any. I didn't see any.
No, when did y'all have the meeting to come together and all have this same view?
Me and Jack never spoke about this before. But I think that I didn't see any weaknesses in him, you know. Yeah. He could shoot it from anywhere. He can get to any spot. He was always the best defender on the floor. Like, he didn't take no plays off from a defensive or offensive standpoint. He was ultra aggressive the whole game. Wasn't letting up. Yeah. I didn't see no weaknesses in his game.
Let me ask you a question as a coach. This is your 4th year coaching the Portland Trail Blazers. I coached for 3 years in Golden State. 2nd year went to the playoffs, advanced. 3rd year went to the playoffs. But some of my fondest memories was my 1st year. We won 23 games, but going to the gym every day, preaching, changing the culture, depositing into guys, watching them slowly but surely get better and better every day. I understand that it's frustrating at times when you look at the record, but with no Damian Lillard, with no C.J. McCullough, with none of the guys that you had, veterans, talk about going to work every day excited and what you see in your team. Yeah,
you know, Jack, it's been different than I thought it would in terms of, you know, when I took the job. We had a pretty much veteran-laden team, you know, and was going to be looking to just build and keep getting better. And we went the other way. And I didn't know that was going to happen, you know, obviously. But again, like my playing career, you just never know which way it's going to go. And I love coming to work every day. I love coaching, because I feel like it's a calling for me just to be able to give back, you know, to what I learned, you know, in my career and some of the experiences that I had. So being able to walk in here every single day and just know that I'm coming to teach. I'm coming to teach all day, you know, and two of my favorite things to do is teach and compete. So I get to do them both in my job. So it's not easy losing, you know, because all I ever care about in my life is just trying to win. So the losing is difficult, but also know it's a part of the process. It's a part of it. So I got to find my wins other ways. When my young fellas start picking up the things that we've been talking about, you know, when they play a game where 80% of the game, man, they was doing everything that we've been trying to teach, that we won. I won that game, you know. So I've had to readjust my lens, you know, and try to take the small victories and how my guys are developing along the way.
I go into his office, working for TV, getting ready to call a game. He's chilling. Speaker on the table, listening to music, big music guy. Who's your favorite musical artist?
Ooh, I mean, if we talking hip hop, then I'm a Jay-Z. I'm a Jay-Z guy.
Okay.
Tupac.
Go.
Okay.
But if we talking like, you know, I'm Michael Jackson, also, you know, I'm Michael Jackson, Prince. I'm gonna see again, I'm not a guy that, because I like Michael, I don't rock with Prince. I rock with both.
Yeah.
So, but I go old school too. You know, the old school, I rock with the old school. I'm just a big music dude, man. And so, like you said, I'm always listening to music, always got my speaker around. That's how I chill.
Now, I took some heat just recently because I took a stance. I don't know if you know the J.Cole-Kendrick Lamar issue going on. J. Cole did a grown man thing, apologizing and saying he was wrong. This young folks are mad at me saying,
Coach, you
that's not
loved it?
hip-hop. Your thoughts on him apologizing?
Loved it. Listen, I
Loved
loved it. I loved it. First
Coach,
of all,
I wish you was in the studio.
First of all, Blue, here's the thing, right? It hurt my heart to hear them two doing what they was doing, first of all, because that was almost like watching Bud Crawford and Spence. I love both guys. I don't want to see them fight.
Yeah.
But when Cole came back and apologized, like, man, it didn't feel right. Boom. I personally text Cole and said, bro, you're a real one. You're a real one. Because we, as us, our people, we can see those things get way out of hand. We've seen it. We've seen it get way out of hand and go somewhere different.
I agree.
That don't deserve to go.
You sure you're not from New York City? Look at this. Dude in the Hall of Fame, and then he just threw in a subtle flex.
Yeah, he did flex on it just now. You low-key with
I mean, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Salute Hall of Fame.
He suddenly let me know, like, yo, watch what you say right now. Like, yo, relax.
Come on, man. I had to hit my man. Say, yo, respect.
Nah, I respect it.
I love the move. So, Blue, you don't like the move?
Nah. But this is my thing. I only don't like the move because I respect both of them as men, and I think that they could have lyrically sparred it out without it going left. I don't think it's on brand for either of them to be disrespectful. And I thought when Cole gave his bars, it wasn't anything that was disrespectful or over the top. It was lyrical jousting. So I thought he didn't really need to respond because nothing that he said was disrespectful, in my opinion. I thought it was a chance to, to see two greats, all-time greats, go at it. So I wouldn't say I'm upset at it. I'm just a little disappointed as a fan.
Would you have been disappointed if if Kendrick didn't respond?
Yes, I definitely would have been. Just like if Drake doesn't respond, I'm gonna be disappointed too.
So at some point, you don't think that there's gonna be some digging done, there's gonna be some like over the line, cross the line type of things going on as they keep getting further?
Preach.
Nah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It could go. You're right.
There's no way for it not to. Have we ever seen it not go the other way before somebody cut it off?
You're right. You're right.
Now it's something that is like, dang, we really do got to pick a side. Like this ain't right.
Dang.
Preach. I seen the bulb go off.
Nah, you spitting right now, Coach.
Blue, come on, man.
Nah.
Hey, listen to your old man sometimes.
Nah, you spitting, Coach. Matter of fact, let me get my camera. J. Cole, in light of some recent information that I've been privy to, I just want to take a second to apologize. To absolutely no one, man. Pick up a stick. And Drake, we waiting on you. We want to hear the bars. Where they at? My bad, coach. My bad, coach. I just had to. Nah, I'm messing with you. I hear what you're saying.
Review, I think you should recount that statement.
Nah, I'm with you, coach. I'm with you, coach. We love you, Cole. We love you. We love you.
Coach, last thing for me, I talked to Blue about the one thing we do have in common, playing for a demanding coach. Hall of Famer, brilliant basketball mind, Larry Brown, but talk about how tough he was and how much better he made us.
Jack, here's what I say, and I know you know this, and a lot of people they can't relate to this, but you and I know for sure lost a lot of sleep playing for Larry Brown. I lost a lot of sleep playing for him, but what I gained, man, was incredible. So for me, I would say the biggest thing that he taught me how to go from being a scoring point guard to a point guard that could score. I feel like that changed my whole career, because I could have been in Detroit just being a scoring point guard the whole time, trying to look for my buckets, and I would have balled out. But we wouldn't have won, though. We wouldn't have won, And he really taught me the difference in the two, and which is what I inevitably ended up becoming is I ran the show, score here and there, boom, 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 boom. But the caveat was, all right, now when this game's on the line, though, you go do what you got to do. Well, it just changed everything for me. And it wasn't easy for me to do that because I had struggled 5 teams my first 5 years. I struggled so bad to finally be there and in my moment and have this coach come in and say, "No, you don't know how to play that position at all."
And be serious.
And be dead shit. Jack, true story, man. It was like our 4th or 5th game. We in LA, I think we playing the Clippers. We go on the road early in the season, 4th or 5th game. I think I got 29 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 turnovers. I hit the go-ahead shot to win it. Man, we celebrating going through the tunnel. I turn around and look. LB's walking through the tunnel. He is shaking. He is so disgusted, man. He's shaking his head. So I circle back on him. I said, LB, what's up, baby? He looked at me, man. He said, son, you got no idea how to play that position for me. I said, LB, what? I said, listen. I said, you know what? Okay. But not today, though. We'll get to this tomorrow.
That's
but
right.
nah, you ain't messing my night up tonight. And man, that was the start of when it got real, because I was literally like, man, this is one of the best games of my life in the NBA. Man, you know where I came from? He's looking at me saying, oh, no. Man, you got no chance.
That's him. that is absolutely him.
Yeah.
What makes you better? I'd come down on a 3-on-1 fast break, look away, throw it, guy dunks it, N1, everybody going crazy. Larry Brown's like this. You got to stop at the free throw line. Like, dude, what are you talking about, man? But he made us better.
Yo, you don't know how many times he stopped practice when I didn't stop at that free throw line, man, to make the play on a 3-on-2 flash break or 3-on-1, man. So he's just a perfectionist, man. But I'm telling you, I'll jump off a bridge for him, man. I love him.
Absolutely. Well, we love you, man, and appreciate you taking the time. Look forward to seeing you soon. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame. Well-deserved acknowledgement. Big things.
Hey, Blue.
One more question.
Man, you better keep listening to your pop, man. I don't know, man. We got this talking offline, man.
Let me ask you one more question before you get out of here, Coach.
Okay.
So it's getting crazy in the West, and it's nobody better to ask this question than you. The Lakers, the Warriors, a lot of good teams in the play-in. Which one of those teams do you see as the toughest out, being that you've played all of them?
In the play-in?
At that backside of the West, which team do you see as they can really make some noise?
I think, I think the Lakers are going to be a tough out in that first round. Just being able to just prepare for one team for week and a half or so. I think it's going to make them tough with LeBron. But I think the Warriors will be dangerous, but they've been a little more inconsistent than I've seen them this year. So it's tricky, man. It's tricky because I also feel, because it changes every day. Like right now, like if New Orleans is in that 7th spot with BI back, that could be tough. That could be tough. So to answer your question, I would say Lakers, but it's close.
Once again, we love you, Coach, and we appreciate you. I want to thank you for the time myself.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man.
All love, Jack. Anything for you, bro?
Yes, sir. Talk to you soon.
All right. Peace.
We happy to give Chauncey his flowers, man, and it was amazing just to have him on. But I wouldn't be the son that I am if I didn't say that it's time for you to be in the Hall of Fame, man. You're gonna get that call soon. And Coach Chauncey's right when I hear him say that.
I appreciate it.
Can I get a little more? Was she nervous?
No. I appreciate it. I'm thrilled and happy for Chauncey Billups, Vince Carter. It's a great day, and I salute those guys for incredible accomplishments and basketball achievements.
It's called deflecting. All right, let's get to flashback time. We're gonna go through some pictures and show y'all some of the best moments from over the years. Let's put the first one up. Oh nah, man. This is you and the great Bay Area legend Barry Bonds.
Doesn't get any better.
I got a question though.
Yep.
You got anything else to say about the picture before I ask this question?
No, this is at a Warriors game, playoff game, probably a championship game. Just spend time, chop it up with the great Barry Bonds.
Should Barry Bonds be in the Hall of Fame?
That's a question?
That's a real question.
No, that's disrespect, not from you, but from anybody that brings that up. It's disrespect. I'm a big sports fan, as you know. Not just basketball, but sports. If I don't know it, I don't say anything about it. Barry Bonds, I'm 59 years old. I'm a big Alex Rodriguez fan. Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player that I've ever seen.
It's a big statement.
Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player that I've ever seen. The entire package, defensively, when he was with the Pirates, talking about when he was with the Giants, he would see one pitch per week and hit it in the water. You know how tough that is as a baseball player? When they busy walking you and avoiding you, he see one pitch and make the pitcher pay the price. An all-time great baseball player, and it's a shame. Understanding whatever they suggesting he did, I will also suggest that baseball did. I will also suggest that they juiced the balls.
Hey.
But we don't say anything about it.
Relax.
Everybody's hitting home runs, hitting it out the park, hitting it in the lake. Nobody's saying anything about it. But when Barry Bonds, when you hold something against him, I think it's wrong. He's the greatest baseball player that I've ever seen and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Love the Barry Bonds, man.
Man, think about it. They was pitching around him. I saw one time, bases loaded, up 2. They intentionally walked Barry Bonds to put him just up 1 because we're not going to allow this guy to win the baseball game. They avoided him at all costs. I
got to bring the heat because you can't say it, but I got to ask because I have nothing to lose. Was Barry Bonds juicing though? That's why people are asking why is he in the Hall of Fame? Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Because his hat size went up 4 sizes.
I understand that. I truly do understand that. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say Barry Bonds juiced. First of all, historically, everybody in baseball did something. Go back before when I was younger and before that, they were using greenies. They did everything. And who's the greatest wide receiver of all time? They say Jerry Rice. Well, Jerry Rice admit that he used stickum on his gloves, illegal substance. We don't hold it against him. When you say greatest wide receivers, people automatically say Jerry Rice. Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Fair enough. You about to beat me up?
No, it really bothers me when I see guys like Barry Bonds and Pete Rose and the Alex Rodriguez not in the Baseball Hall of Fame. There are guys in the Baseball Hall of Fame that did illegal substances, that did wrong. We ignored it, or they didn't get caught. So stop being judge and jury. Pay the price. You cannot tell the history of baseball without mentioning the guys that I just mentioned.
So should Should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame?
1,000%.
Okay.
Charlie Hustle.
All right.
You know what Pete Rose did in the Hall of Fame, in an All-Star game?
Bet.
Circled around. Circled around on a base hit, third base. Catcher stand there ready to tag him out. Pete Rose ran through him, knocked him out. That's the last we heard of that catcher. He only played one way, Charlie Hustle.
Yeah.
He left it out all on the field, and that should be recognized. Not a lifetime ban, not a lifetime punishment. At some point, let's show some grace.
I'm with you.
You got me going.
Oh, it's all right. We good. It's flashback time. We gonna move on to the next picture. Let's put it up, man. Legendary Chris Mullin, man. What? When was this picture taken?
I think that's my rookie year.
Wow.
Yeah, we go back.
Both St. John's legends.
Both from St. John's, yes.
What? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Chris Mullin, that's my guy, though. That's family for life.
Yeah.
I played against him as a sophomore. It's documented what I talked about. Played against him as a sophomore in high school. Went to the same college. Made me better. Made me a pro. Worked out and practiced against him every day. When I think about memories of Chris Mullin, I think about two things. I think about in 1983, which is 41 years ago. What the heck? I went to amusement park with his wife and some friends. She convinced me to get on a ride called the Hellhole, where you stand against the wall, put your hands against the wall, and it just spins 100 miles per hour.
Uh-huh.
I got on it and left the park. I got so sick, I left the park. So to this day, that's the main thing we always talk about, having that moment together. And then the other thing is his mom and his dad, with my mom and dad, being so supportive, whether it be at high school games, college games, pro games, his family, just a wonderful, wonderful human being, brother for life, and a family for life. Somebody I owe a lot of credit and respect to, and another guy that's in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
A legend. Not enough we could say about Chris Mullin.
You talking about great shooters? You talking about great shooters? He's in that room with Steph and Clay and Reggie and Ray and Dale Curry and Dale Ellis and Eddie Johnson and Dirk and all those, Larry Bird and all those great shooters. He's in that room. Now, who comes out? I don't know, but he's in the room with those great shooters.
Yeah, I don't know if the average viewer realizes when you get to that level of shooter, it's like robotic. It's like a mechanism when you talk about great shooters like that.
Which really gives me goosebumps because
Here we go.
No.
I know what you're about to say.
I outshot all of these guys. I'm saying Reggie Miller,
Relax.
beat him. Chris Mullin, outshot him. Steph Curry, YouTube, Klay Thompson, Eddie Johnson. I mean, you go Dale Curry, all these guys. When I spent my time with them, you don't have to be great all the time.
Blue?
You just got to be it once.
You beat me in the shootout too?
Of course, but you're not on that list. No, you're not on that list. Don't do that. You're not on that list.
I just love your humility. That's one thing that I just appreciate.
A broken clock is right twice a day. I stumbled onto it against these guys, and they'll never get rematches. Never get a rematch.
No, that's it?
That's it. I'm done with those dudes.
Gosh, man. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, Underdog Fantasy. Click the link in the description below and use the promo code MARK. That's M-A-R-K. Play the Pick'em game. That's our favorite.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Mark Jackson Show on the Come and Talk to Me Network. Thanks again for your love and support. Remember, there was a lady walked into the grocery store with a 7-year-old daughter. Walking around the store, she says, "No, Susan. Chill, Susan. Relax, Susan. Not now, Susan." A couple of hours later, the manager of the store just happened to walk by her. He says, "What a beautiful little girl you have. How old are you?" She said, 7. She said, "You know your mommy loves you?" He said, "Yeah." She said, "So your name is Susan?" The mom looks at the manager and says, "No, her name is Brenda. My name is Susan. I talked to myself, stop myself from killing her." Sometimes you got to encourage yourself to make sure you don't do things that's not in your character. Blessings.